Hello, I'm Retro Marky and welcome to this next video, which is Commodore 64, more or less. You will see the more or less in a second. Did you see it? Did you see it? Let's have a look at the 64 quickly. Here's a classic bread bin with a delicious keyboard, some expansion sockets for joysticks and power supply, cartridge expansion for games and speed loaders and all sorts of other things. Cassette, serial, RF, composite and a user port. Absolutely amazing classic machine. Apparently though Commodore wanted to improve upon it, and in 1990 they did so. First thing they did was not add but take away the keyboard. So you now have access to no keys whatsoever. They also decided no one uses the cassette port or the serial port or the user port, so we'll take them out. And we made this monstrosity, said Commodore. Thank you so much. But it does come with a cartridge. With Fiendish Freddy, International Soccer, Fimbo's Quest, okay, and Clacks, yeah, not bad. So this is the machine. It looks actually a bit like a machine missing a keyboard, and that's because it is a machine missing a keyboard. It has RF and composite and nothing else. The joystick ports and power pretty much, yep, mirroring the C64 itself. And the cartridge port on top, which is kind of nice. One thing I would like to note is, despite the fact this was made as a specific games console, cartridges, they're not exactly much like with the 64. It's obviously not designed for cartridges to go in and out constantly. It's not a games console in that sense. But you would have thought with the 64 GS game system, which is designed purely for games and can't do much else, they'd improve the cartridge port, make it a bit easier to pop in and out. It still feels like you have to be quite careful. Having said that, it's a chunky machine. There's the back side, not much to see there. The warranty seal's still on, so I can't justify taking it apart because these things cost an arse and a leg. But what I do know is it's a 64C in there, an 850 SID chip, and in fact, although this is blocked off here, the ports are still there. So in fact you could take the case off and you would have a C64 sans keyboard pretty much. Now you wouldn't want to do that because these things are quite valuable, and if you do have one working, I would recommend holding on to it. Okie dokie, so what I thought we could do is, okay, check out some of the classic cartridges. We know these are going to work because they're pretty much designed in line with it. They even match the colour. So these are the Ocean cartridges. They are pretty good actually. There's some good games. Robocop 3, Batman's good, and Navy Seals isn't bad. Shadow of the Beast was a good conversion. We'll pop in one or two standard Commodore cartridges just to check they're okay. And then what I thought would be more interesting would be to look at some homebrews, because these were made within the last 4 years. Some, like this one, actually about a few weeks ago. So it'd be interesting to see how they work, or if they do, or if they don't. One thing I thought about doing was Easy Flash, but of course with Easy Flash you need a menu, which means you need a keyboard. However, I do believe the Easy Flash 1 uses the joysticks, so I might be looking into that in another video. I might get an Easy Flash 1 and see if we can turn this actually into a plausible modern gaming console in a retro kind of way. Anyway, I'm going to cut here and then we'll come back once I set up this bad boy and put my little 64 to sleep for a while. I love you, my friend. Back in a sec. Ciao. Hi guys, and we are back with the machine all set up. If we switch it on, it tells us to put a cartridge in, which kind of makes a lot of sense as you can't do much else with it. So we'll power that off. Now, first thing I thought would be fun would be to try a diagnostics cartridge and see what it does, what it says, if it works. Maybe not. Ah. Voila. So I guess at the end of the day we know it's a C64C inside of the guts, so it should work, but there we go. Well, I won't bore you with that. Let's get on to the main stuff. So, standard C64 cartridge first, from the early days of the machine itself, way before this was even spat out of Commodore's marketing department, in a bit of Gorf. Oh my Gorf, it's working. I guess that is to be expected, to be honest, but good conversion this actually. I'm a big fan of Phoenix on the Atari, and I like games like Phoenix and Gorf and these kind of games. Demon Attack. This is a pretty good conversion actually. So we know it plays standard Commodore games without problem, as long as you don't need F1 or any of the function keys. Yeah, again, I mean, as it's supposed to be a game system, you'd thought, okay, nice of them to put the cartridge port here, but I'm surprised it's so difficult to get in and out. Oh, that's what she said. Where's the... there we go. This is the cartridge you get with it, which is made out of the thinnest plastic. It's so ridiculously light. I've ever had the misfortune to fondle. So 4 games. This one's rubbish. This one's soccer. Klax is pretty good little puzzler. Flimbo's Quest. It's a System 3 game. This one's quite nice. Don't know which port it uses. That's the only 2 minor things that annoy me with Commodore 64s. 1, the not knowing which port the game decides to use, and 2, lack of reset. And here we go. Not a bad game this actually, not bad at all. So obviously that's going to work because it came with it. Cool, blimey. Let's see, an Ocean game. Actually, bit of Batman, don't mind if I do. So as you can see, these were designed... Ocean were really big on the GS system, one of the main backers. Along with System 3 a little bit with Ninja Remix and Myth and a few others, but Ocean are probably the main one when it comes to this. Even Matches. Some good games actually on these Ocean carts. Shadow the Beast is a great conversion. This is a good game. Robocop 3 is not bad. 2's a bit naff. So they're a mixed bag, but not a disaster by any means. A lot of them. Navy Seals is okay. They're just all a bit hard at times. Oh, that's what she said again. So yeah, that's fine and dandy. I'm not going to go through all my games, but I thought to finish we'd get to the interesting bit and see how the homebrews go. So this one was made, I think 2013, yeah. Great game. Oh, look at the packaging, the box is nice, lovely innards, lovely little manual. I've kept that sealed up though for collecting purposes, and the cartridge, which isn't bad, although it's slightly knackered from the moulding, but I can live with that. At the end of the day I want to play it. So as long as there's no keys required, this should work fine. Theoretically. Oh, also tells us, yeah, 8580 SID. Seems okay, so far so good. Yeah. Nice little game this, very addictive, I highly recommend it. There we go, that's working fine. One more, just to prove the point. Probably the one cartridge, if I could only have one on the 64 cartridge, homebrew, I'd have this one, I think. Super Bread Box. Lovely, jubbly. Not sure about the colour, but okay. It's very hipstery, if that's the word. If this works, I'll be very happy. I could almost just have this for this game. This would be my bread box. And thinking about the size of it, I do sometimes teach and live abroad. I like to travel sometimes as well. Almost imagine you could squeeze this into your luggage and take it on holiday, or if you're going to live abroad for a while, which I wouldn't do with a 64 computer. So I don't know, I kind of got a love-hate relationship with this thing. It's almost like it's so it's actually kind of becoming good again. You know, like how you get a film or TV show that's so bad that it's actually good. It becomes a cheesy sort of thing. I'm starting to think that about this system. But for me, 2016 point of view, not a when it came out. When it came out, it was ridiculous, stupid. I mean, it wasn't going to... Is this really going to compete with the NES, with Castlevania, Super Mario 3, Zelda? And the price of it, correct me if I'm wrong, in 1990 was the same as the C64 computer. Which just makes no sense. If it had been cheap, it would have made some sense. So, question is, do I recommend it? Not for the price you're going to have to pay for it, unless you're very, very lucky. I don't think you will be. It's way too much to recommend it for what it does and what it can do. I recommend it for collectors, for sure, if you can afford it. I don't recommend it as your best way to play Commodore 64, no. Just get a standard bread bin, of course. Maybe buy one of mine on eBay, I have some quite often. So there we go. I think I'll leave this video here and carry on with this bad boy. So thank you for watching. Any comments, let me know. Might do a video on Easy Flash 1. I'm tempted to try and create the ultimate sort of compilation. I'm just looking at the Ultimate 2. Surely that can't be... Thing is, I don't know if I want to put an expensive thing like this in this and destroy both of them potentially. But I will have a think about whether the Ultimate 2 could be used in this. That could be interesting. And Easy Flash as well. Anyway, I'm repeating myself, so good night, enjoy your weekend, and thank you for watching. Ciao ciao.